And it really shouldn't matter in the long run, like what orientation I am, because it's probably never going to matter anyway. I just don't have any expectation that I'm going to ever meet anybody who is a suitable partner. So, what a difference a couple of months will make, am I right? I've got some updates for you guys, but I do kind of want to address the last video. If you want to skip that part and me getting all blubbery and emotional, just go here and you will be able to see the updates directly. So, first of all, fuck this shit. This mopey, sad sack attitude that's robbed me of so much of my life and sanity. I'm done with it. I'm fed up. So we are going to focus on the positives and we are going to do our best to keep all of the negativity at bay. And there have been a lot of positive feelings lately, you guys. It's almost overwhelming a lot of the times. It feels just like I'm the luckiest guy in the world with some of the people who choose to spend time with me. And I'm so very grateful. But I want to share something with you guys just in case somebody else is going through the same kind of thing. I just spent an hour in the shower crying my guts out because of how many times I just thought of ending it all. And let me tell you what, you guys, that was a lot. It was a whole lot. Digging through some of my old pictures, I found this. It was a picture of me from a focus group of mainly troubled teens and suicidal youth. Back when it was taken, that's when things were the darkest, you guys. I generally put a lot of effort into how I looked back then because that was the only way I could think of to kind of draw in the people that I wanted to get to know. But no one would talk to me, you guys, because the voice in this guy's head, it just said nothing but, that I was trash. And that anybody who was talking to me also thought I was trash. And let me tell you what, you guys, that poisons every second that you stand face to face with somebody that you want to know, even if they want to get to know you back. I did work out a lot back then. And when I didn't get the kind of adoration and attention and affection that I wanted from it, I sort of started to despair. Because if I wasn't winning anybody over with my physique, I probably wasn't going to win them over with my personality. And I don't know exactly when I started hurting myself, but it was around this time when it got to be the worst. And that just really exacerbates the depression. So I used to walk across this bridge every day to and from school. And it was called the Jose P. Rizal Bridge. I'll never be able to forget. Some days I would just stop right here in the middle and just look down. The place that I was coming from was just a terrible, codependent, failing, abusive relationship. And the most that you could get as, a member of this household was just some second degree burns from all the pent up rage and malevolence in that house. And the place that I was going to was filled with nothing but beautiful people that I admire, but I could sense nothing from them but judgment and revulsion. And that made it almost worse. Just like bringing my filth into the rest of the public domain and expecting people to deal with it. And everything that I did was the wrongest possible way you could do something in my eyes. Sometimes I stayed there until I lost track of time. Sometimes people would ask you if you're okay, and you'd have to have a chipper response, not belying how sad you were, because what if they took your opportunity? What if they suspected that you were going to do something, and as a show of compassion, they robbed you of your only escape from this thing? Because when I was on that bridge, and I only had those two terrible places as destinations to go, it really seemed like a third one. So obviously, I never followed through, and that is for the best, of course. But on the other side of it, you guys, I am so frightened and remorseful of all the times that I just would sit there and contemplate all these things. And I was still there in this last video. I was still in that place. Because the one thing that has never changed since my mid-teens is I've always had a plan of how I was going to end it. And every day I thought about ending it. If you're going through something like that now, you gotta believe me, you don't want to give up. If there's some reason out there that's keeping you from hearing anything good about yourself, then let me tell you what, you guys, that shit is a fucking lie. Just apply that to anybody else that you can think of in your life. Like, is there anybody without any redeeming values? That's probably not true. And I guarantee you, it's not true about yourself either. So you don't fit into that category. That gross voice inside of you that tells you bad things about yourself, you probably didn't even put it there in the first place. It was probably somebody else fucking up your life. But I gotta tell you right now, you gotta fight that stuff, man. You have to identify the bad feelings as an enemy, and you have to push them out of your life, because they won't do anything for you except rob you of time, and if it wins, maybe just everything. So things have gotten a lot better for me since I've been finding things out about myself, taking care of myself, and just immersing myself in the things I love. I've been talking to kind, supportive people that have similar interests and humor, and these are all things that you need in your life too. Because ever since I've been doing all this stuff, I haven't thought about that garbage even once. So have hope, you guys. But more than that, if you have any of these thoughts, or if you have thoughts of hurting yourself or anything, do yourself a favor and tell somebody. You don't have to spend decades of your life teetering on the edge of doing something horrific to you and everybody that you know. And if you're one of those people that's afraid that the exit is going to be taken from you if you do that, just try these things. Try these things for a while and see if it doesn't help you enough to ask somebody for help. But you don't need to wait. And if you just don't have anybody to talk to and there's just nobody around, just come and hang out with me. I'm streaming 7 hours, 5 days a week. Let's fucking talk, okay? So I hope this explains a lot of why I haven't been posting content recently. I needed to make some changes in my life. I needed to take some time, most of my time, as a matter of fact, to try to get my life back on track because of how far off it had slid. I really had a bad set of priorities, and YouTube was at the top, but it should have been taking care of myself at the top. So there is going to definitely be a shift in how I do things over on YouTube. We might have a situation where I put out a video once a week or maybe every 2 weeks, and the level of editing is definitely going to have to come back a little bit because I was doing some ridiculous things and eating up a lot of my time. just with flights of fancy, and yeah, we can definitely reel that a little back a little bit. And I want to send out an extra apology to all of the people who have been supporting me on Patreon, especially. I really appreciate your patience, and I'm going to get back into posting early content. And if you have any suggestions of things I could do to make it up for you, please let me know. But from now on, we're going to be finding a happy balance of content creation and self care. But I will do my best to put out some updates and food reviews in the meantime. We'll be switching one of my days off. We were running Tuesday and Saturday, but now it's going to be Thursday and Saturday to facilitate my social life because there's people out there finding love all the time, and there's no reason I can't be one of them. And chances are we're going to be trying to find a guy to share some intimacy with because it was, after all, my sparked interest in guys that sort of jolted me back to life. So if you have any advice for anybody entering that scene for the first time, please let me know in the comments down below. So that's where we're going to leave it for this week, everybody. I want to thank you all for your patience, and stay tuned for more updates, food reviews, and a thinner loafy. I've lost quite a bit of weight. Started at 319 and I'm down to 263, so get ready. I'm gonna make all you fuckers so goddamn proud. Bye-bye.